And we're back. It is fall in Colorado, and you know what time that is. It is time to set our trail cameras out for the winter. So as you can see behind me, we are out deep in the woods here outside of Bailey, Colorado. We're heading out near Wellington Lake that historically has had sightings for decades, going back many, many years. It's an area that I've explored for the last 15 years. And if you've watched my channel, you know that. I'm a little under the weather, so I'm hoping this fresh mountain air will clear the lungs, and we might do a little reconnaissance with the drone today. We've got our friend Leo with us here to help out, and excited to get out there and find some good spots for these cameras. At the end of this video, I'll have some good footage for my trail cameras that were out last winter for the entire winter, so I need your help checking those for me. I've got some great wildlife footage, and maybe some weird stuff in the background too. So stay tuned. Let's head out there. We're gonna get in the rig, and we'll head out now. Come on and join us. All right, and we're off. And listen, if you've never been to Colorado, take a look behind me. This is what you're missing. Beautiful 70-degree day, partly cloudy, absolutely epic landscapes, and not a human for miles. And the best part, I'm only 1 hour drive from Denver, Colorado. We haven't seen a human for the last 35 minutes or so. We're actually about to get up deep in the woods behind me here. There's a nice ridge line back up there. So we're gonna head out up that way in a few. We're gonna get off this trail, get deep in the woods. We're gonna be looking for a couple things today. We're gonna be looking for footprints, obviously, as always. Tree structures, which I've found plenty of those that are a little inconclusive, but we'll be looking for more of those. And we brought our plaster of Paris too, so if we spot any good tracks, we'll be sure to cast those as well. But let's get off trail. They've done quite a bit of restoration out here, meaning they've cleared a lot of trees to help return some of the grassland out here. So these trees that have the orange rings on them that you see, I'm presuming those are trees that were marked to not be removed. This is also kind of prime predator habitat. I have run into a mountain lion out here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some prey. We see some deer as we get in here, but that ridge line up there is what I'd like to explore today and get all the way up to the top of that. Hopefully some weather doesn't join us, but if it does, it does. But yeah, you got to keep your head on a swivel when you're out here all by yourself. The animals probably haven't been disturbed out here for a minute, so our presence might be a little bit of a surprise. But we're gonna keep plugging along here, keeping our eyes peeled. But yeah, these little crevices and all this, that's great areas for mountain lions to sit and stalk their prey. Hopefully that's not us today. You can see the forest is much more dense up in there, so that's what's interesting to me today. And if I can find some game trails, something of the like. We'll drop our trail cameras up there. Seeing quite a bit of animal sign already. A lot of deer scat. A lot of great mushrooms this time of year too. I'm not quite as well versed in fungus as I'd like to be, but it's been a little rainy here the last month or two, so lots of good stuff out here. It is midday, so not the ideal time to have an actual encounter out here, but we're just really looking to set up our cameras. Gotta keep our eyes open for bears too, because they are out. Ooh, it's a turkey tail mushroom down there, I believe. Those are edible and good for you, although I won't be testing my luck today. Testing my knowledge of mushrooms, that is. Not quite confident enough to forage for mushrooms quite yet. But yeah, bears are out. We really just have black bears here in Colorado, and they scare pretty easily, but still not something you want to necessarily run into or surprise, particularly a mother with cubs. So we'll keep our eyes open for any bear scat or bear sign as well. You can usually find trees where they like to scratch and claw at. I haven't seen any yet. I think they'd be a little bit further up here. But if we do have any interesting wildlife encounters, I'm going to do my best to get that on camera for you. So let's keep heading up here and see what we can find. All right, we've got pretty ideal wind conditions to send the drone up. So what I'd like to do is set up on this rocky outcropping up here and then send the drone up along this ridgeline just to see if we can spot any anomalies, anything that stands out, any wildlife, anything we can pin to explore as we make our way up there. So we'll get this bad boy up in the air here in just a moment. See what we can spot up there. But got to get the sidearm out here in a minute before we get in these woods. Didn't bring any of the big guns today. Just a little guy, more of a noisemaker, but that should do the job if we run into any expected wildlife. And then once our surroundings are secure, get this drone up and see what we can spot. All right, so this is kind of exciting. Right after I landed the drone, I was turning it off, putting everything away, and I heard what can only be described as 2 tree knocks. I mean, very distinct. Sounded like somebody hit a baseball bat against the base of a tree coming from right behind me up in here. I'd say maybe 200 yards in. It wasn't a tree falling because it was one and then the other. Same spot. I whistled a few times and I've heard nothing else. Now there are birds flying around and I do hear a lot of bird sounds. So it's not as if the woods have gone completely silent or anything, but that was strange. I got goosebumps everywhere when I heard that. And so now obviously we've got to go explore in that direction. I was originally going to go the other way and up and around that ridge, but now we've got a target to go explore. So I'm going to get the rest of my stuff packed up here, and we're going to head up that way and see if we can't find anything or hear anything else. Cool surprise. All right, I'm heading back in the direction that I heard those tree knock sounds. Keeping our eyes open for impressions in the ground. I do see something here. Holy crap. Hold on, Leo, move back. Right here. If you can see this. But that looks like toes. Has a smaller footprint. But that looks like a little heel there. I don't know, that's kind of inconclusive, but that's an interesting looking impression. See if we can spot any others up this way. Not really deep enough to cast that, but I just got real excited about this spot. There's lots of elk scat too, so there's big game animals out here between the deer and the elk sign. But we'll see as we get any closer if we can spot any further impressions or signs. It's pretty steep grade to be hiking up, but that's what we want. Oh man. God, I got that weird feeling, like, for anybody that's spent a lot of time in the woods, you'll know what I mean. And your body just, you sense that there's a large animal around. I haven't spotted any movement yet, but I'm just getting that full body sensation where all your senses are heightened. Your hearing is super attuned. And I feel like we're not alone out here. I don't know if it's a bear, or a lion, or something else, but oh boy. These pine forests where the ground is covered in pine needles is not ideal for super clear impressions, but there are some spots that are more dirt, where the dirt's been exposed, that is ideal for impressions. So we'll see. I've seen some deer tracks. There are moose out here as well. You don't really want to run up on one of those. Probably the most dangerous thing we could run into would be a moose. And I've had the pleasure of running into them several times. So we're going to tread lightly here. Be real cautious. There are sounds coming from up there in the woods. Something's moving up there. We'll have to check that drone footage, because that may have spooked something out. Hearing that drone flying down over this hillside here. Boy, this will be a great place to come back for a night investigation. Set up a little camp out here, but we're definitely going to put up the trail cameras out here. That's what's happening next for sure. I'm going to save batteries. Turn this off for now. I'll be ready to start filming if I hear anything else. All right, I've reached the approximate spot where the sound, those knocking sounds were coming from. And I'm not seeing anything up here. Moving around. That doesn't mean there's nothing up here, that's for sure. I haven't seen any definitive impressions. This is steep. This is about a 45-degree angle that I'm on right now. If I laid down, I would be sliding down the side of this mountain here. But I'm seeing something small. It's moving up this way. I'm seeing what could be, it looks like kind of a game trail through these trees here. So I think what we're gonna do is find a good spot to, oh yeah, as I suspected. Oh, well, Leo, you're not hopeful, but you can kind of make out there's definitely some deer. Something's using this little pathway, so let's set up some trail cameras right here. You can see along these trees over here, it's been scratched off near the base on 3-4 of those trees over that way, so that leads me to believe that either deer or elk are rubbing their antlers. So this looks like a used game trail, so I'm gonna get these cameras set up here. See what we can find. All right, game cameras have been deployed. Mission accomplished there. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. You can see right along this game trail here that I set those cameras. You've got the trees that have been scratched. There's more up here as well. So I think we're onto something. I've seen quite a few impressions too. So all good sign that found a good location to leave those set up for a little while. So we're gonna make our way back down the side of this mountain now, and be sure to check out that drone footage carefully, because I can't see it very well when I'm flying on my little phone screen. It got pretty quiet up there once I got up there, so whatever animal I was feeling was out there, I feel like it took off. So I'll head back down now and If you want to watch more of this type of content, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I haven't posted in a while, but we're back off trail again this year. We're having fun out here. We've got the resources for some new toys as well. So we're gonna continue to show you guys what it's like looking for these things out here in Colorado and having fun doing it. And that's kind of the whole point anyway, right? It's getting outside and getting some exercise and looking for weird stuff, because that's what I'm into. Alright, I'm gonna stop filming now so I don't eat shit while I'm coming down the side of this mountain here. This is a damn steep mountain. It's hard to tell on camera. I know you can't even really get a good frame of reference for how steep it is. But trust me, if I fell, I'd be rolling for quite a ways. All right. Thanks again for joining me here off trail. Be sure to stick around to the end for the videos of my trail cameras that were left out last winter. Some amazing wildlife shots, and I don't know, maybe something else in the background that I missed that one of y'all will pick up. But I'll tell you, being out here is the best medicine. So do yourself a favor, get outside, get off trail, and get weird. That's Jordan signing off for today. Check back for those trail cam footage that we just left up on the mountain there behind me. Probably let those sit for a couple weeks, see what we get. In the meantime, I've got some other fun videos up. Be sure to check those out and give me a like and a subscribe, because God knows I'd love to do this a lot more than I'm able to right now. Take care, guys.